Hello guys, my name is Marian Day, and today's video we're going to talk about menstrual cycle, the kind of discharge that you usually get, the kind of food that's appropriate for you to take during your menstrual cycle, and what's appropriate for you to wear during your menstrual cycle. To start, I'm going to briefly describe what menstrual cycle is. Menstrual cycle is a term for getting your period, and about once per month, every female that has undergone puberty will experience bleeding. This is because the lining of the uterus has prepared itself for possible pregnancy by becoming thicker and richer in the blood vessels. If pregnancy does not occur, thus the thickened lining is usually shed and accompanied by bleeding. Usually for most ladies, it lasts 3 to 8 days, and it is usually a fairly and regular, predictable pattern. The color of a person's period blood can relate very important information. The bloody discharge can vary from bright red to dark brown or black depending on how old it is. Blood that has stayed in the uterus for long enough, it has undergone oxidation. It has been oxidized and appears darker in color. Hormonal changes and the health condition can also affect the color and the texture of your period blood. Okay, during my research, I came across 6 color types. The first one, we have black blood, which usually appears at the beginning or at the end of a person's period. It's a typical sign of old blood that has taken longer to leave the uterus, and sometimes it can also indicate a sign of vaginal blockage. Other signs of vaginal blockage include foul-smelling discharge, fever, difficulty during urination, itching, or swelling around the your genitals. But this doesn't necessarily mean. So it's your blood color which can indicate that. So in case you experience such signs or symptoms, see a gynecologist. The second blood color is the dark red or sometimes brown. Usually appears at the beginning or at the end of your period. Spotting of the dark or brown blood can indicate an early sign of pregnancy, in which doctors usually refer to it as implantation bleeding. During pregnancy, if you get the dark or brown color, it indicates miscarriage when the fertilized egg implants in the fallopian tube instead of the uterus. The third color is the bright red, which indicates fresh blood and a steady flow. Rarely, it may indicate a sign of cervical cancer, something of that sort. The fourth one is pink. Usually occurs when period blood mixes with the cervical fluid. Also, using birth control pills can lower the estrogen level in your body, leading to a pinkish hue during your period. Other causes that may bring about the pink blood is unhealthy diet, anemic condition, and a significant weight loss. The fifth color is the orange color, which usually indicates an infection, for example, bacterial vaginosis. It's a good idea to seek a gynecologist's advice when you see such blood color. The sixth one is the gray. Gray is usually an indication of bacterial vaginosis and a condition that occurs due to the imbalance between the beneficial and the harmful bacteria that are in your vagina. Unusual spotting may be a sign of an STI. Hormonal changes, as well as a person's diet, your lifestyle, your age, your environment, can cause variation in your period blood. Healthy period blood usually varies from bright red to dark brown or black sometimes. Or blood or discharge that is orange or gray may indicate an infection. And if spotting occurs during the normal time, and you've recently had sex with your partner without using protection, it could also be a sign of pregnancy. So I dug deep, and my question is, so what does your religion say about having sex during your menses, during menstrual cycle? The biblical approach in the Code of Legal Purity in the book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 1 to 15 says, a woman who is undergoing menstrual period is said to be unclean for 7 days. However, and whoever touches her is said to be unclean until the evening. What about the Islamic approach? The Islamic approach says, quotes in the Surah of Al-Baqarah, says that it is other. What does other mean? It is harmful for a husband to have sexual intercourse with a wife while she is on her menses, and therefore keep away from women during her menses and go not unto her until they are purified. So if these holy books are against it, why should you commit yourself? Why should you have sexual intercourse when you are in your menses? Don't do that. Many people have uncomfortable signs and symptoms during the menstrual cycle. For example, you get headaches, nausea, bloating of your stomach, abdominal pains, and many more. Different people experience different symptoms. So there are usually some foods that when you take during your menstrual cycles can help you feel better, and there's some food like when you take during your menstrual cycle there are no goes on. So I may need you to take a pen and jot this down. What you should take when you are in your period: drink lots of water, because water prevents dehydration. So water prevents dehydration and headache, so you don't want to experience all that. The second one is ginger. Ginger usually reduces the nausea and aching of your muscles, so you don't want to feel the cramps. You want to be in a good mood. The third is white meat, that is fish or chicken, which is usually iron rich, so you need that for your blood because you're losing out blood. The fourth one is yogurt, and I'd advise plain yogurt because yogurt is probiotic rich, and it's a probiotic rich food, and especially for those people who are infectious prone, it prevents all that. Then the the fifth one is vegetables and dark chocolates, which are usually good when you take during your menses. What you should not take or what you should avoid is avoid the highly processed foods that contain lots of sodium, because sodium will dehydrate you, and it's not good. Alcohol can lead to undigestive issues. You get stomach aches and a bad feeling when you are in your menstrual cycle. The third one that you should not take is spicy food. For people who like a lot of spicy food like me, no, it may bring about upset in your stomach aches. You get into a bad mood and you do not want that. Red meat is usually iron rich, but its high intake of red meat may lead to increase in cramps. So do not do that. Avoid or reduce the quantity of red meat during your menses. Then during your period, wear comfortable and dark colored clothes which are not tight to avoid embarrassments and blisters. I'm sure I don't want to touch on that, but please just avoid that. Lastly, types of discharge. It's totally normal before or after your menses. You get all these types of discharges. I came across 4. Maybe there are more than that, but whenever you get a white discharge, it's normal, girl. However, if the discharge is usually accompanied by an itchy feeling, and usually has this sticky appearance, it's a sign of yeast infection. On my last video, I talked about UTI and yeast infection. So just go to a gynecologist or seek advice from a doctor. The second type of discharge is usually a clear and watery. About everyone has experienced that. That type of discharge is perfectly normal for everyone and usually occurs at any time of the month. So it doesn't indicate anything, just shows that your vagina is just cleaning itself. It's protecting you, so it's normal. The third one is clear and stretchy, usually looks like mucus rather than the watery one that we just said. It indicates that you are likely about to ovulate, so it's good news for you. The fourth one is yellow or green discharge. Now that's scary, especially when it's thick and it's accompanied by unpleasant smell. It's not normal, girl, and it's usually a sign of infection, so see a gynecologist for that. Normal vaginal discharge is just a way of your body cleaning and protecting your vagina. So whenever you see this, just remember, what did I say? Look at the color, get to know the smell. See a gynecologist. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any idea for my next video, please comment it down. And for my last video, for those who did not get a glimpse of it, please make sure to watch the pop-out banner.